You know, that's interesting. When we were putting this tribute together, I talked to the producer who put it together and got all the clips, Mike McGee back there, and I said, okay, the list is good. I got to have Ramblin' Rose. I got to have Ramblin' Rose in this tribute. And he said, I can't find it. I can't find it on Blu-ray. I can't find it here. And I realized that it's not on Blu-ray, and that's incredible to me. But in a way, this movie probably couldn't be made today in this environment.
Oh, definitely.
It couldn't.
Could not be made.
Yeah, it's interesting because this character and what she goes through and everything, we're living in different times.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly complicated and inappropriate and speaks radically about women's sexuality and also her own abuse and then her inappropriate behavior with a child. I mean, it's radical. And yes, definitely would not be made, and also covered some pretty extraordinary topics, and is based on the life of Calder Willingham, who wrote the novel Ramblin' Rose, and then adapted the screenplay himself. But to speak, you know, and with a female director, Martha Coolidge, at the helm about these issues and women's sexuality and the misunderstanding of this woman's sexuality, with this true story that occurred in the 30s in Alabama, in which she was basically spayed for being sexualized and considered sexy, was a remarkable thing to work on, to talk about through the press, but also to work on with my own mother, who did not play my mother, but in fact, Lucas Haas, the amazing Lucas Haas's mother, who was my boss, and I was her nanny, housekeeper, and then generously paid that character back, also played by my mother, by trying to sleep with her husband. Oh my God. You know, here's the thing. We've never had to go to therapy together. She played the Wicked Witch of the East in Wild at Heart, and then the iconic maternal mother while I was sort of the bad girl in Ramblin' Rose in the course of like a year and a half. So we just said to each other, wow, we've covered the gamut of relationship challenges between two females. We've talked about everything now thanks to just doing two movies together.
It's so interesting. I happened to run into Diane Ladd on Thursday at a premiere of a movie that she's in right now that is a wonderful movie, and she's
so wonderful in that.
She's so good with Christopher Plummer and everybody in it. But I said to her, I go like, you know, I'm going to be interviewing Laura. Give me one question that you want me to ask her. And you know, it's a pretty standard question, but it is interesting coming from your mother. And she says, why do you want to be an actress? And that's what she asked me to ask you. So this is breaking news.
And that's interesting. So she asked, why do I versus why did I?
Yeah.
Because it changes, right? I mean, whatever our vocation or love is, it changes. Yeah. So why do I now want to be an actress? Because I'm having so much damn fun. It's amazing. And it wasn't so fun as a teenager. I think I was caught up in the angst of it all and trying to chase this idea of being an artist instead of realizing the privilege of doing what you love and the privilege of telling stories and working with amazing storytellers, and, you know, to not feel that it was overstated or arrogant to talk about the potential of healing through art. For us that make art, for those who witness art, you know, we have a very broken home. And we're all trying to figure it out. And to have fierce and radical storytellers in film and television and documentaries is is the work. Like, we're so blessed. So to have anything to do with that is just radical good fortune. So I have a very different perspective on it than like, I'm 11 and it is my destiny to be an actor, whatever that was. And then being on set, like missing my friends at school, and like, I hate this, and all I do is cry for a living. This is stupid. So now I just love every second of it.
I love it. And by the way, the name of that movie with Diane Ladd and this great cast is called The Last Full Measure, and it opens this Friday, and you got to go see it.
And it's a really important movie.
It's a very important movie.
And such an incredible cast.
Yeah.
Diane Ladd and my first crush, which when my friends found out he was my first crush, like grown-up crush on an actor, like watching him as an actor, they were like, oh my God, you are so Bruce Dern's daughter, that you would have a crush on someone so insane. Yeah, because John Savage is in it, who I worship as an actor. And I saw him in The Deer Hunter. I'm like, he's amazing. I have a crush on him, which is terrifying. I would have a crush on him from Deer Hunter, and not Hair, where he's Claude Hooper Bukowski and so adorable, but I had a crush on him from Deer Hunter, where he's terrifying. Anyway.
Wow.
I digress.
Okay. That's good. He was there at that premiere, too.
And he's such a brilliant actor.
He is brilliant.
Inside Moves. If you've never seen that movie, I love that.
Oh, they're all great in this movie. But enough about her movie.
Or John Savage.
Let's talk about a character that you're about to revisit. And I don't know if you people know this, but Ellie Sattler is coming back in another Jurassic Park movie. Yes?
Yes, it's true.
It's true, right? And Colin Trevorrow's the director. Yes. But obviously Steven Spielberg has put this all together. And Jurassic Park, I mean, you saw a little bit of it there where that look, which I'll never forget when I see a movie, that wide-eyed look of seeing these dinosaurs. And was it green screen or were they really there? I believe they were really there, because for you to have that.
That shot specifically, I mean, because there were a lot of amazing animatronics, thanks to the genius of Stan Winston, and we did have things we looked at, but that was one of the first days on the movie, and it was the first CGI movie. It was the first day with this VistaVision, like, giant camera, and some guys from a place called ILM showed up, and they were like long-haired hippies talking about how like they could paint stuff on a computer, which they brought, which was like this big, and they could paint things that weren't really there, and none of us understood what they were talking about. And we pulled up in the Jeep, and there was a white piece of cardboard with a black X from a Sharpie in the top of a tree. And Steven said, that is it. That's Jurassic Park. This is the moment. This is movie magic. This is a Brachiosaurus. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is gonna work. But in fact, yes, that was what I had for that shot, was a really creatively drawn X.
Well, you could have fooled me, because it was the wonder of that you showed, and that's the visual. Without words, you knew everything.
Well, I greatly appreciate the compliment, but I would say, as a great admirer of Steven Spielberg, that pan in that we remember from Jaws and Close Encounters, where he pushes in on a face, and then John Williams swoops in, helps an awful lot. So I pay great tribute to the filmmakers that surrounded us.
So give us a little preview here. You're coming back to play this after, that was 1993. You had a bit in one of them, but not much. And now you're coming back into this other world that has been created in the past couple of films, the reboots. So what can we expect? And why did you want to revisit this character? Which, by the way, she has one of these great lines that I don't want to screw up, but it was, it. Dinosaurs eat men, women inherit the earth. Yeah.
That's right, guys. And that's why I'm coming back.
That's why you're coming back. I love it.
I'm very excited. Steven's excited. And I'm bringing Dr. Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm with me. The three of us will be together.
Wow.
It's going to be fun.
When do you start that?
I believe this spring.
Oh, cool. Something to look forward to there. Well, we're going to show another clip from Jurassic Park, and then another movie that I said we must have in this tribute, which I loved, which was the first film from another great director. You've just worked with all of them, Alexander Payne, in a movie called Citizen Ruth. So let's take a look at Jurassic Park and Citizen Ruth.